We are here with my grandmother, Gloria Sereno, and she started teaching at Morgan State. What year did you start teaching at Morgan State?
I started teaching part-time in 1966, and I started teaching full-time in 1968.
Okay. What courses did you teach there?
I taught the 101 and 102 English composition, 201, 202, and 301 Introduction to the Humanities.
Okay. Now, what was the reason you started working there?
In 1966, I went to school there. I went to summer school there to take a course. I had, prior to that, earned a master's degree in education from the University of Maryland. But I've been a teacher in Baltimore County for 5 years and had stopped and had a family and realized that my teaching certificate was about to retire and I needed to renew it. So I looked for a course in a local college that I could take and pick up the extra credits that I needed. At that time, I only needed 3. So I saw a course at the Morgan State College at that time. The course was, The course was entitled Advanced Grammar. Since I had had 12 years of Catholic school and an additional 4 years of college, I thought that that would be a very easy course for me to take, and it was. As it happened, I wasn't even aware at that time that Morgan was a predominantly black school. It was a small class, about 15 students. The only white members of the class were a sister of SSND, School Sisters of Notre Dame, and myself. We had fun with the class. I was glad I took it. I got an A. In September of that year, the man who taught the course called me and asked me if I would be willing to teach for 1 or 2 semesters in the college because one of the teachers in the English department was ill and was not able to return. As it happened, that person, in fact, never returned. He died. During that time that I was teaching in the day school that semester, the dean of the evening college, Beryl Williams, contacted me and asked me if I would be willing to teach humanities in the evening college. And I told her that, in fact, I didn't know that there was such a course. So she suggested that I take the class in the daytime and then teach it at night, which I did for 2 years. During this time, my day job at the college had ended. I was only there for 1 semester. So I taught then for 2 years, 4 semesters in the evening college. At the end of that time, I applied to teach full-time in the day college, and I was hired. At that time, I then started an MLA degree at Johns Hopkins University. And that's how I got to Morgan. When I came to Morgan during the day school, Morgan was in the process of recruiting white teachers. The president at that time, Dr. Martin Jenkins, wanted the faculty to be integrated in the hopes that it would help to make the school integrated. And so when I took full-time contract job, um, 1/3 of the teachers that were hired that year were white. So that's how I got there.
How many years did you teach there?
25.
25 years. Were you accepted by the students?
I was consistently and constantly comfortable with the students. I never had a student problem in all the 25 years that I was there. That same comfort level did not exist with the faculty.
There was resentment and stuff.
Well, I don't know what it was, but midway in those 25 years, I was awarded the Morgan Penn Faculty Fellowship, and I was able to go to the University of Pennsylvania full time for 2.5 years. When I returned after that time, I requested that I teach only in the evening college, and that request was honored. And so for the last 7 years that I was at Morgan, I taught only in the evening.
You loved your experience there in every way? Was it?
I really, really liked the teachers, the students, excuse me. I really liked the students. Um, I had a reputation for being very strict, very demanding, and I saw that as a compliment. Um, Students, when they finished my class, earned their grade, and students became aware of that. I remember one time sitting at the registration table and taking students, signing students' registration cards, and one of the students said to another one, "Oh my God, don't take her, she's really hard." And when the student came up to me, I said, "I really am." And he said, "So I'll take you."
Challenge.
No, I was treated with respect. I never had a discipline problem. I was never afraid to be on campus at night. I was always comfortable when I was there, and I enjoyed my students. I even ran into a student several years ago who had been in my very first class. I was in a fast food shop. This gentleman came up to me and said, "You're Professor Serino." And I said, "Yes." He said, "You're teaching my son." And I looked at him and he said, "I was in your very first class. Do you remember me?" And I told him, "When you go, you have to take her." We were in the chicken place, Popeyes. And I thought,
after all those years, like, oh, yeah, I remember
yeah,
you.
yeah. So I did 2 generations. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.